Russia and US hold talks on ending the Ukraine war without Kiev.
Israel confirms its forces will remain in 5 posts in Lebanon after withdrawal deadline.
The opening ceremony of Khan Temple Festival and the inauguration of Hoàng Mai Tourism 2025.
You're watching today's news on NTV. My name is Nguyễn Thị and I will be your guide through today's latest update. Senior US and Russian officials, including the country's top diplomat, will hold talk on improving their tie and negotiating an end to the Ukraine war without Kiev.
Talks are scheduled to take place on February 18th in Saudi Arabia, marking pivotal step by the Trump administration to reverse U.S. policy on isolating Russia, and are meant to pave the way for a meeting between U.S. President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin. The U.S. delegation headed by Secretary of State Marco Rubio met with Saudi Arabian Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. Meanwhile, Mr. Rubio's counterpart, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, confirmed that the bilateral talks would take place in Riyadh. Ukraine and the Europeans were frozen out of the talks at this stage. The recent U.S. diplomatic blitz on the war has sent Kiev and key allies scrambling to ensure a seat at the table amid concerns that Washington and Moscow could press ahead with a deal that won't be favorable to them.
Israel's army has pulled out of southern Lebanese villages but remain in 5 positions as a delayed withdrawal deadline expired on February 18 under a ceasefire deal with Hezbollah.
The ceasefire between Israel and the Iran-backed Hezbollah militant group has been in effect since November 27. Following more than a year of hostilities, including 2 months of all-out war in which Israel launched ground military campaigns, Israel had announced hours before the pullout deadline that it would keep troops in 5 strategic points near the border. Israel's defense minister, Israel Katz, confirmed the deployment and vowed action against any violation by Hezbollah. Hezbollah launched the attacks in support of ally Hamas, at war with Israel in the Gaza Strip since the Palestinian militant group's attacks against Israel on October 7, 2023.
Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính suggested that Japan's Yamato Holding Groups invest in logistics center in Vietnam, in addition to investing in the application of science and technology, innovation, digital transformation, and training human resources in the transport industry.
At the reception for Mr. Nagao Yutaka, president of Japan's Yamato Holdings Group, who is on a working visit to Vietnam, Prime Minister Chin applauded the group's projects that are now coordinating with Vietnam's FPT group. The Prime Minister said he believes that these projects will contribute positively to the development of Vietnam's logistics as well as the friendly and cooperative relationship between Vietnam and Japan. Appreciating Vietnam's potential and development prospects, Mr. Nagao Yutaka said that Yamato Group will research and cooperate with Vietnamese partners to expand its investment in industries serving the development of Vietnam's semiconductor ecosystem and other fields as proposed by the Prime Minister.
Coming up next are some updated news.
According to the Vietnam Association of Seafood Exporters and Producers, Vietnam's shrimp exports to China continue to surge, reaching over $51 million in the first half of January and making China become Vietnam's largest shrimp importer. This growth follows an impressive performance in 2024, when Vietnamese shrimp exports to China, including Hong Kong, totaled $843 million, an increase of 39% compared to 2023. According to data from the International Trade Center, China's total shrimp imports in 2024 reached $6.8 billion, down 10% year-on-year due to reduced imports from other suppliers, except Vietnam.
According to the latest report by Momentum Works, a Singapore-based research firm, after 2 years of subdued 5% growth, Southeast Asia's food delivery sector rebounded in 2024 with a 13% compared to the same period last year. reaching a total GMV of 19.3 billion United States dollars. Where Grab and Shopee food accounting for 95% of the market share. The resurgence was largely driven by Vietnam and Indonesia. Vietnam's food delivery market saw the highest growth of 26% from 1.4 billion United States dollars to 1.8 billion United States dollars between 2023 and 2024. Indonesia's food delivery market followed closely at the growth rate of 18, reaching a GMV of 5.4 billion United States dollars in 2024.
The Vietnam news agency, VNA, won 2 first prizes at the Organization of Asia-Pacific News Agencies, ONA, Awards 2024. As announced by ONA's Secretary General Zaman Rezekani at the 54th Executive Board meeting in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, on February 17, the first prize in the article category was awarded to the piece titled, A Timeless Treasure from Wild Bees, by the authors Queen Trang, Bang Sao, Luong Tu Hong, while the first prize for the photo report went to Anton Dat for his work titled, The Unique Mud Ball Wrestling Festival in Van Village. An award ceremony will be held in a formal setting during the 19th ONA General Assembly, which is scheduled for this June in St. Petersburg, Russia.
Köln Temple, Hoàng Mai Town, Nghệ An, is considered one of the 4 most sacred temples in Nghệ An. The opening ceremony of Köln Temple Festival and the inauguration of Hoàng Mai tourism in 2025 took place on the evening of February 17.
Köln Temple is the most famous and sacred temple in Nghệ An. Köln Temple is not only a place to worship the 4 holy mothers and the gods, but also preserves special historical and cultural values. The annual Köln Temple Festival is a meaningful activity, aiming to preserve and promote traditional cultural values. The moral tradition, when drinking water, remember its source, while promoting tourism potential and introducing the cultural beauty of the homeland and people of Hoàng Mai to visitors from all over the world. In 1993, Köln Temple was recognized as a national historical and cultural relic. In 2017, Köln Temple Festival was recognized as a national intangible cultural heritage. The highlight of the festival is the special art program with the theme, Hoàng Mai Sacred Convergence, praising the land and people of Hoàng Mai.
This year's festival, the Nghệ An Department of Culture and Sports presented all the Han Nam restoration documents of Köln Temple Festival. The documents were presented by the kings to the Holy Mother to remember the merits of the god.
Holy Mother to remember the merits of the god. Within the framework of the Köln Temple Festival and the opening of Hoàng Mai tourism in 2025, many exciting sports activities attract tourists such as men's volleyball, stick pushing, tug of war and boat racing. The festival was organized wonderfully. There were a lot of tourists. Overall, the atmosphere was very lively.
The Köln Temple Festival is very spiritual. The festival has many exciting cultural activities. Hopefully, the organization of the festival will attract many tourists from all over the world.
Coming to Hoàng Mai, visitors will see and discover many mysteries about nature, history, culture and people in Hoàng Mai town. From there, they will discover a beautiful place, rich in historical and cultural traditions that is on the way of innovation and development.
It's time to say goodbye. Thanks for your watching and see you next time.